Hello everybody. Today I am going to make the popular South Indian dish Upma. This dish can be had as a breakfast or it can also be had as a snack. Let us see the ingredients that go to make into Upma. We need 2 tablespoons of oil, seasoning items that include 1 teaspoon of black mustard seeds, 1 teaspoon of split black gram pea, 1 teaspoon of chickpeas, and vegetables that include carrot, green peas, tomato, capsicum. Onion could also be added, but today I am not adding onions. Onions give extra flavor to the dish. And green chilies, 2 green chilies finely cut, and ginger, fresh ginger finely cut, a piece of ginger finely cut. Now let's begin preparing the dish. We have a pan, a preheated pan, which is called as kadai in India. This pan is heated. It's heated on a medium flame. Now the pan is heated. I poured the oil, 2 teaspoons, the entire 2 tablespoons of oil. Pour the entire oil. Since the pan is already heated, so oil becomes hot relatively quickly. Now I add all the seasoning items that comprise of mustard, black gram pea and chickpea. And let's wait for the mustard to splutter. And of course, I forgot the most important ingredient. Apart from the seasoning and the vegetables, we need semolina or suji as it is called. Semolina is essentially an extract of wheat, and semolina comes in various grades. The coarser variety, the finer variety, and in coarser variety too, you have grains that are larger and then grains that are a little less larger. So this is 1 cup, approximately 200 grams of semolina, and for this we need 2.5 times water. The measure in which I have taken semolina, 2.5 times that measure of water. That is, for 200 grams of semolina, I'll be needing approximately half a liter of water. Now we see that the mustard splutters. Once the mustard splutters, all the grams or the lentils, they turn red in color. Once it turns red in color, it gives a rich aroma. I'm already beginning to smell the aroma. Grams of semolina will serve 2 people, or 2 or 3 people. Now the lentils have turned red and the mustard is also beginning to splutter. And you can see the red color of the changed color. Now to this, the mustard has begun to splutter and the lentils have turned red in color. To this I add chilies, green chilies, fresh green chilies that are chopped, and then ginger, and then I add grated carrots. These are fresh carrots which are grated. I add grated carrots, green peas, and then the capsicum. We reserve the tomatoes for a little later. And these are stir. Add salt to taste. 200 grams of semolina will need about 2 teaspoons of salt. So I add a pinch of salt now when the vegetable is cooking. Once salt is added, the vegetables begin to soften. They soften fast with the addition of salt. I keep them covered for a while so that the vegetable cooks a bit. The dish takes about 8 to 10 minutes of preparation time. Tomatoes are added later because if tomatoes are added in the first instance, the vegetables do not cook fast. So once the vegetable cooks, we then add tomatoes and then the water. So let's wait a while. Normally upma does not need a side dish, but this is normally had with a dish called chutney or sambar. Chutney is semi-solid and sambar is a fluidy, tangy liquid with vegetables. Yes. Now I see that. Now I add the tomatoes. Now I add the water. Water which is 2.5 times the measure of the semolina that I have taken. So now we close this and wait for water to boil. Has come to a boil. I add the salt required for the dish, which is about 2 teaspoons, and once the salt is added, I add the semolina onto it. And this is for 1 cup of semolina. We can add 1.5 to 2 cups of vegetables to make it rich in vegetables. Now I let the semolina cook. So once the semolina cooks, the grains begin to swell. They become a little larger. I now keep it closed for 2 minutes. Notice that the intensity of the flame has remained the same all through. So let's wait for 2 minutes, keep it covered and come back after 2 minutes to see how well it has cooked.
Start.
So we are back again after 2 minutes. We remove the lid. We see that the semolina has cooked. Now, let's leave it closed before we serve this. And let us quickly run through the procedure. So we use 2 tablespoons of oil, seasoning with mustard seeds, black gram pea, and split chickpea. Then we had fresh ginger, chilies and vegetables, carrots, capsicum, tomato, peas. And then we had 200 grams of semolina, for which we used half a liter, approximately 2.5 times water to cook the semolina. So we heated the pan and put the oil and put the seasoning of the chickpea and black gram pea and mustard, allowed the mustard to splutter, put the ginger and chilies, then added the vegetables, allowed the vegetables to cook. We added the vegetables without the tomatoes. Tomatoes, being a little sour, will not allow the vegetable to cook quickly. And once the vegetable cooked, we added the tomatoes, and then we added water, half a liter water, and allowed the water to come to a boil. Once the water boiled, we added salt to taste, about 2 teaspoons of salt for about 200 grams of semolina, and allowed the semolina to cook for 2 or 3 minutes. And all through the cooking, we kept the lid covered so that the cooking takes place fast. And now we have the dish ready. As I said, the dish because this contains vegetables, the dish can be eaten without any accompaniment, but nevertheless, it's a practice in India to have it with sambar or chutney. And here today, this morning, I had prepared zucchini chutney, and let's serve this with zucchini chutney. So, this is the upma with chutney.